Hello, boxing world, and welcome to another edition of Fantasy Bout Hour, the channel dedicated to bringing you fantasy matchups on a regular basis. If there's a particular matchup that you want me to cover, please leave it in the comment section, and I promise to honor your request. Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell notification. The fight that I'll be bringing to you in this video comes by way of request, and it is coming from question marks. Another great one from question marks. I thank you for your request, and I thank you for participating in the channel. The fight that they mentioned is a great one at featherweight, one I've often talked about, one I've often posted about, and that is, get this, Manny the Pac-Man Pacquiao versus Prince Naseem Hamed. What a tremendous matchup. Now, I'd like to start off with this whenever I'm talking about Pacquiao at lower weights. I think that Pacquiao was better at the higher weights for the simple fact that he had the speed advantage against bigger and slower fighters. So that was a great move for him when he initially went up in weight to face Oscar De La Hoya. I didn't think he would win that fight, but as you can see, he proved me wrong. But at the lower weights, he was good at the lower weights, but those guys matched his speed and matched his output. Guys like Juan Manuel Marquez, Marco Antonio Barrera, and Eric Morales. Those guys could go punch for punch with Pacquiao. I think he struggled a little more at the lower weights. I don't necessarily want to say struggle, but the competition he had more competition at the lower weights. Now, of course, he's quicker than Prince Naseem Hamed, but Prince Naseem Hamed is a dangerous counterpuncher. That little guy had some power. And another disadvantage for Pacquiao in this fight is, well, let me say it this way. He wouldn't have the southpaw advantage in this fight. He wouldn't have the benefits of that. And when I'm thinking about this fight, I'm seeing shades of Kevin Kelly versus Prince Naseem Hamed. And so, part of me wants to say that this will be a repeat of that fight. Although Pacquiao, in my opinion, is better than Kelly and more explosive than Kelly, there's a lot of similarities in the styles. And so, I could see Pacquiao winning the first few rounds, maybe the first 3 rounds. But one thing we always have to remember, people, is styles makes fights. And the better fighter loses to the lesser fighter quite often in boxing. Boxing isn't a black and white sport. It isn't a this or that sport. Anything can literally happen in that ring. So we have to consider the stylistic realities, when talking about hypothetical matchups. And so, Pacquiao is a better overall fighter, in my opinion. He's fought the better opposition. He has the better resume, more seasoned, has more experience. But timing and counterpunching stops speed and volume punching almost all the time. That's just the reality. And if Prince sees an opening, he's going to go for it. It's going to be hard, and it's going to hurt. So, yes. I'm seeing more advantages for Prince in this fight, to tell you the truth, because of his power. Because of his power and his counterpunching. And that's why Mayweather beat Pacquiao so easily. Is because of the counterpunching and the power. And when you get a taste of that power, you're going to get a little weary. You're going to get a little leery, and your punch output is going to drop. That's the reality. Happens almost all the time. So, I'm seeing it for Prince in this fight, and by mid-round knockout. Nothing against Pacquiao. Great legend with a great legacy. But you don't take any of that stuff in the ring with you. So I'm going with, I think Prince would catch him, hurt him and knock him out. So I'm going with Prince by knockout. I have a feeling I'm going to get pushed back behind that one, but all opinions are welcome. That's just the way I see it. So let me know what you think, and I will see you on the next video.